everyone, let me introduce myself. My name is Indira Putri, with student ID number 25,411,087 from Management 25A Class. On this occasion, I will discuss speech preparation, basic methods for delivering a speech, and speech delivery techniques. Friends, when we hear the word speech or public speaking, many of us immediately feel nervous or even afraid. That's perfectly normal. Even experienced people sometimes feel nervous. But actually, the ability to speak in public isn't just an innate talent, it's a skill that can be developed. So, to deliver a speech well, there are several important things we need to understand and practice. First, let's discuss speech preparation. Preparation is like a foundation. If the foundation is strong, the building will be sturdy. So, before we perform, we must be fully prepared. First, we must determine a clear topic. This topic should be in line with the given theme and one that we understand well, so that when we deliver, we won't be confused. Next, we must also know the purpose of our speech. Do we want to provide information, persuade the audience to agree with our opinion, or simply entertain? By knowing our purpose, we can structure our speech more purposefully. Next, we need to develop a speech structure. This structure usually consists of 3 parts: the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. The introduction should grab the audience's attention, for example, with a question, an interesting fact, or a statement that piques curiosity. The goal is to immediately focus the audience's attention. The body is the core of our speech. Here, we convey the main points with a clear and coherent explanation. Try not to be too wordy, but still complete. Then, the conclusion is also important. The conclusion should leave a strong impression, for example, with a conclusion or a call to action, so that the audience remembers what we said. Furthermore, practice is also important. The more we practice, the more fluent we will become. We can practice in front of a mirror, record ourselves, or practice in front of a friend. Next, we move on to the basic methods of delivering a speech. This method is how we deliver the speech. The first method is memorization. We memorize the entire speech from beginning to end. The advantage is that it provides a more structured delivery. However, the disadvantage is that if we forget one part, we can immediately go blank. The second method is reading from a script. This is usually used in formal events. The advantage is that the speech won't deviate from the intended content. However, the disadvantage is that we don't engage with the audience because we're too focused on reading. The third method is impromptu or spontaneous. We speak without preparation. This method is quite difficult because it requires quick thinking, but it can be very effective once we get used to it. The final method is extemporaneous.
This is the most frequently recommended method because we simply prepare the key points and then deliver them in our own words. This way, we stay focused but not stiff. Next, we'll discuss speech delivery techniques. The first technique is eye contact. When you speak, try to look at the audience, not just at one point. This makes the audience feel more engaged. Second, pay attention to your intonation. Don't speak in a flat tone, as this can bore the audience. Emphasize important points to make it more engaging. Third, use appropriate body language. For example, stand up straight, avoid unnecessary movements, and occasionally use hand gestures to emphasize points. Fourth, regulate your speaking speed. Don't speak too fast, as it can be difficult to understand, but don't speak too slowly either. Find a comfortable tempo. Fifth, use simple, easy to understand language. The goal is for everyone in your audience to understand the content of your speech. Furthermore, we must be confident. Even if we're still nervous, try to stay calm and focused. Sometimes the difference lies in how we carry ourselves. Friends, mistakes during speeches are normal. The important thing isn't to avoid them completely, but to continue without panicking. In closing, it can be concluded that to deliver a good speech, we need thorough preparation, choose an appropriate method, and use effective delivery techniques. With practice and experience, our skills will undoubtedly improve. So, don't be afraid to try and keep learning. That's all I have to say. Thank you for your attention. I hope this has been helpful.